Good morning and welcome to the What's Up London show. I'm your host, Jennifer Slay. I would like to recognize and acknowledge the ancestors that came before me, allowing me to be here today. I also acknowledge that London is located on the traditional lands of the Anishinaabe, Haudenosaunee, the Napawak, and Ottawandaran peoples, and that I'm very fortunate to be able to call this land home. Like so many of our shows lately, we have a full range of topics. We have nature, we have music, we have spirits, and an author whose book was influenced by you. Let's stick around and meet some of London's most interesting people and learn about the events that are going on. Our first guest is the project manager for ReForest London. She has an initiative that is going to help manage flooding that happens much too often in our forest city. Let's watch. Hello, Lily, and welcome to the show.
Thank you, Jennifer. Thanks for having me on.
So tell us a little bit about this program that you came on to discuss with us.
Yes, so a little bit about ReForest London. We are a not-for-profit charity in London, Ontario, and our main mission, ever since we started in 2005, was to connect people to nature through education and connecting them to the importance of having trees in the urban city. So we have programming as well as community events where we take volunteer groups, community groups out, and we teach them how to care for and plant for trees. And today we're going to chat a little bit about the importance of having trees in the urban environment, why it's important, especially with climate change coming down the pipe.
Yes, so I wanted to touch on that. So climate change, how does that affect flooding? Because London is famous for flooding during the springtime. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we know that with climate change, our weather conditions are going to change, which means hotter summers and also more severe weather events like heavy rainfall, especially in the urban city like London, where there's a lot of concrete and cement everywhere. When it rains, water will pool. So you'll find that perhaps in certain areas and neighborhoods, if it's low-lying, that you will have pooling in your backyards and your neighborhoods, which is why we always promote planting trees, because as you plant trees and shrubs, the root systems of those plants will start to establish and branch out, and those root systems retain the soil and hold on to that water, acting like a sponge. So the more rain we get and the more trees we get, the better the chance those trees will be able to absorb some of that water and mitigate flooding in our cities.
Oh, so if somebody experiences flooding in their yard, one of the best ways to mitigate that would be to plant a tree.
Yeah, so here at ReForest London, we have a program called the Neighborhood Relief Program, where we give away trees for free to Londoners. You are allowed a minimum of or a maximum of 2 trees per household. And so if you have an area in your backyard that you just want a little bit of shade, or you find that it's wet and you want to try and suck up some of that moisture, you can receive a tree from us for free. And you can put that in your garden or in your backyard. Another initiative you can also try is to create a rain garden. Rain gardens are created in wet areas in those backyard spots that get wet, and they help pool the water. And in that rain garden, you'll have wet tolerant species. So instead of having a nasty little pool, you can have a nice garden of plants.
Nice. So in order to do this, it has to cost a little bit of money. Right. And so who are the amazing funders that are helping you do this?
Yes, we have really amazing funders who've supported us over the last few years, one being the City of London. They've supported us from the very beginning since we established, and without their assistance, we wouldn't be able to plant trees in the city. Another funder would be TD Friends of the Environment. They've been supporting us as well for many years, and primarily, they are focusing on stormwater management. So what residents will notice this year and next year is that we'll be planting a lot in stormwater ponds. And those are those big retaining pools of water that you see in the new subdivisions coming up. And we'll be planting a lot in those areas because those trees and shrubs, again, will help retain that water and prevent flooding from happening. And then, of course, the federal 2 billion trees grants, they have been supporting us since last year, 2021, and we are aiming to plant almost or hopefully exceeding 5,000 trees until 2023.
Nice. And so tell us about, there's the 1 million tree challenge. What's that about?
Yes, so the 1 million trees challenge is exactly as it sounds. We are aiming to plant 1 million trees in the city of London. This year is a very exciting year because we are actually going to reach that halfway mark of 500,000. So if you are all interested in coming out to a celebration, we are going to have a big hurrah this summer to, celebrate that we've reached halfway mark. I don't think it'll be too long until we reach that 1 million mark in the next few years.
Nice. Well, congratulations. And if Londoners want to know more or to help out, they can just contact you through your website?
Yes, our website is reforestlondon.ca, and you can learn all about our events page there. You can come out, learn how to plant a tree with us this spring and in the fall, as well as keep an eye out for free trees as well.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here, Lily. Thank you for what you do to help our environment and to plant trees.
Thank you, Jennifer. Thanks for having us on.